I am Evan Sult. I am the drummer in Sleepy Kitty Music. Sleepy Kitty the band.
It's a pleasure to have you here this evening. So, first tell us about your release.
We have an album called Projection Room. It's on CD, LP, and digital. And we're really proud of it because we spent a long time working on it. And I'm so glad that it's finally out of the world. Hear it.
How long have you been working on it?
Let's see. I bet since the end of 2011. So it feels to us, that feels like a really long time.
Compared to your first album, did it take longer? Or was it an easier process?
That's an interesting question. The first one had more backstory because a lot of it was Paige writing songs that would kind of before me, and then we started playing together and messing around with different kinds of things and thinking about what the song was and how we were going to do it. So in a way, that one probably took years longer because it was a backlog of Paige's material. But Projection Room was more of a process of like, we're just going to go in and record 4 songs. Oh, it looks like we have 2 more songs. And then kind of watching them kind of grow tentacles that attach to each other and then became related. Until the album sort of told us.
This September.
We've got
right
one
there.
more song after that, but it's for the next album. So the album sort of told us about that.
So you're already thinking about the next album already?
Well, you have to. For us, it's been a long time that we've had this album kind of in our heads and in the studio and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I'm properly proud of this album. I want to do this album right, and I'm not in a hurry to start the next record, but you know, the juices are flowing. We've been playing out a lot, so the juices are flowing big time.
I first discovered you in TMJ in 2013, and it looked like your album was scheduled to come out around that time. Why was it delay?
We realized that it would be the second we released the album, people would say, "What about the next album?" And we had just spent all this time working on that album, so we felt like we should really pause and prepare, treat this album like it meant something that was going to be. We wanted to set it up so that we could have a chance to explain it and live with it, talk about it, do it, and so we decided to slow the horses down, get our set together, get everything ready, and then we can release it in January when it's really cold and we can go on tour.
That it is really cold out here today. So between the 2 albums, do you have a favorite, or each song they're too different to compare?
I think you could describe it like choosing between your kids, except I don't have kids. So I will say it's like choosing your favorite pet, and I have not got a favorite pet. Every pet I've ever had is my favorite. Likewise with the albums.
Good political answer. You have a favorite track on the album?
Yeah. There's a song called Godard Protagonist Inflection. Have you heard the album? The whole thing all the way through?
Yes. I just wrote a great review about the recent.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I stand corrected. I can't keep track of things. But that song has like an ambient section that leads to a big, huge release that leads back to an ambient section that leads to my favorite guitar solo that Paige has ever played. So I feel lucky to have had that. I mean, it's not like she freelanced and she knew exactly what she was doing, but I feel really lucky to have that.
I think it was warmer in the city.
Now you have to tell me the story behind Kitty. That song has a
Kitty.
Yes.
That was just us messing around in the practice space, and I didn't even realize it, but the machine was on recording, so we found it later when we were going through things that I think she had gone downstairs or something, and I was messing around, and I came up and I was trying to track her up, and I will say I succeeded.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Because I was laughing hysterically when I heard it. Like, I can only imagine the look in your face as you're doing it.
I think I was laughing through the whole thing. I mean, I was the one saying, "Hey, I did that." But it was a good. I like that being on the album because the actual laughter and kind of like good feeling of what it was like to make the record was captured in a totally unself-conscious way in that little piece of it.
I agree with that, because actually when I was writing my review, I was saying how I could tell you two love making music instead of just making music because you have to.
Yeah.
And it's really relevant, even that small 9-second song. It's so obvious that you two love work.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's why, I mean, we certainly didn't have to put that on the album. It's sort of an odd little thing. You can't really, we messed around with the sound because you can't really tell what's going on, but it's really there for the sound of Paige's voice laughing and like we're obviously just horsing around. And I think the album has a lot of really serious spots and a spot that's like clearly just enjoying ourselves through a richer experience, justified having it out there.
You ever plan on playing that song live?
You know, we tried. It's really hard.
Really?
The rhythm of it's really hard. I've had to kind of like learn it again, but we mean to actually. We just haven't.
The next time
I'm
you
glad you asked.
have to play that. That'd be hilarious.
You're right. That's a challenge. We will do that next time.
When's the next time we're gonna be in New York?
I don't know. We are planning on being out probably in. Yeah. Well, between now and then, in March, it hasn't been firmed yet, so I probably shouldn't say it on in a recording. But we might be in Bahrain, the small, tiny Middle Eastern island country, playing a music festival. Headlining.
How old am I? Like almost 44.
I think it's called
It's next to some
Sound Wave or something like that. It sounds really cool. We'd be doing some screen printing and stuff too, so I'm hoping between now and when we come back and talk again, we will have been to Bahrain and back.
I was reading about a show you did, the laser tag show. What was that about?
It was a laser show.
Oh, it was a laser show.
Although I love a laser tag show. It's a great
That would be a
idea.
great idea.
It's, like Laser Floyd, where you do or don't get high and lay on a floor and watch a laser display on the planetarium. That's what we did. It was a guy choreographed a laser set to our album, and we had a couple hundred people come in and lay down and watch this kind of abstract version of our album. And the guy was using 70s gear, and it was a very 70s feeling experience. One of my favorite musical things I've ever done, ever since I saw Laser Floyd, I dreamed of being in a band on a laser show. Yeah, this laserist, Brian Worthman, went ahead and did it with us, and it just fabulous.
Definitely sounds awesome. Any final thoughts you'd like to share to fans out there?
I am really excited to have this album done, and I hope that everybody who sees this gets to see us live, because I'm really liking our live show.
Did you get it cut again?
And I'd like to say thank you to you, actually. The write-up that you did on our album was really meant to me.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Likewise.
To see each other again. Very simple.
Perfect.